I haven't been out into the world since before COVID, and I realize that's some real Encino Man shit to say, so let me get right to it and explain it. For 20 years before COVID, I was a drinker. We don't have to explain why I was a drinker, I just was a drinker. And for 15 of those years, I got to travel around the country and tell jokes. I did stand-up comedy, telling shitty jokes in shitty dive bars and for opening for shitty punk bands was one of my favorite things in the world. I was an alcoholic, so I was a dick, but I also did other awesome things. So I was like 80% fun and 100% selfish. And then COVID hit, and I could either hang out in Salt Lake City and quarantine in the smog, or I could go to rural Utah and quarantine in the countryside. So I chose the countryside. And my family lives next to a woman that rescues horses. One of those horses was not a horse, it was a camel named Chester. Chester became my drinking buddy for 8 or 9 months. He wasn't a big drinker at all. He just liked to spit and grumble, which was perfect. And then Chester got really depressed, and he moved to California to be with other camels. This was not my fault. I would not believe it was if you told me so. But I also got super depressed. And I drank until my insides turned to sludge, as they're wont to do if you live off a Canadian host. The worst part about that is while I was in the ICU for that week, the withdrawals fried my nervous system. I got neuropathy so bad that I was told by a real shitty neurologist that I would never walk again. With some help with some friends and other people, which I'll go into in later videos, I was able to walk again. Spite helped a ton, but here I am, sober for 3.5 years, haven't seen the world for 5, and I want to head back out into it and kind of chronicle it for you. And I realize that all this shit is fucking weird. Like, I drink away my legs drinking with a camel. That's stupid. That is inherently stupid, but not as stupid as the world I'm going to go into, because just enough of our country decided that this was a good idea, and it wasn't. So I want to figure out why the world is so much more fucking dumb and selfish than I was, and I'm going to make videos about that. Hit the like button. Thank you.